What's up, everybody? What is good? I am experiencing some technical difficulties. Let me know if you can see me, you can hear me. If I am live and alive, let people know. Yeah, I've been struggling a little bit with, for some reason I have all the stuff right, and then when you run it, it becomes problematic. So the stream has crashed a couple of times. I'm just kind of keeping the screen open so I can check it over here. I know my coloring is very bright and nice and thingy. I'm kind of in a more positive mood today because somebody's gonna be sent to fucking jail if he goes to the wrong places. So that's a little positive light for me. And that also a lot of relief because some due dates of certain things have also been pushed back a bit. So at least I've got some space to like breathe and just collect myself. And yeah, just sort of recoup before the next, tactical move kind of thing. Thank you all for joining. If you are streaming, let people know that I am... let people know that I am alive and alive. I'm here. And yeah, today is going to be the first official FIXURMIX stream because I'm actually going to be fixing someone's mix, and I'll be fixing Zaiaku's mix, who will be releasing his EP with us next month. Next month. No, not next month, next week. Yeah, okay, the name title isn't correct, but now I need to I have to change it apparently. I have to like cancel and then restream. Which is kind of a bummer, because that's kind of whack. Yo, it is Friday. What's up, McLeod? How you doing, G? First time chatter. If you don't know what's going on, welcome to the Saturate channel. I am just sorting out some technical difficulties at the moment. The title of the stream is wrong. This is a FIXURMIX stream. My name is Zain Wolf. I am a sound designer, also artist, and all-around good vibes guy, cheap vibes operator at Saturate Records. I say nice things and I do nice stuff, but in the background, so you never hear me saying nice stuff or doing nice things. I'm also going to edit my color because this is like, it's very shocking, and I guess it's thematic, but I'm not vibing it so much. So let us sort out the saturation. Yes, that's a little better. That's a little better. Brightness, no, down. Gamma, ooh, make it a little brighter. And then yeah, that should be fine. And let's see if that works now. Ooh, let's see if I'm a better color. Yeah, let them all know we're live and alive. I will be looking at Zaiaku's tune today, and yeah, we'll be taking a look at the tune that he's got going, and hopefully fix the mix. I've already kind of started with it, so I've been like messing around, doing stuff with it and all that jazz. Yeah, if you are joining in, I hope it's a good morning or good afternoon or good evening to wherever you are, and thanks for joining in. I think I'm going to step right into it because I don't want to further break this computer because it is not happy, It's not happy. So yes, like I said, I did start something originally. And yeah, so if you haven't heard the tune, I think I need to first switch off all my effects, make sure that I have nothing on. There is nothing on. There's nothing on these. That's crazy. That's just the vocal bus as is. What the hell? Where's all my shit? Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. Let's all group that. Group. I had all my stuff on my vocal ad-libs and all that jazz. Let's switch these off and then switch this on. Switch off the bass and then we'll switch this on. And then turn these off. So I've got all the stems and everything, but I just want to play back the version without anything on, and then I will play sort of what I started, but now I'm going to individually stem it out. So I've kind of got a master bus going for each of the stems. Essentially all I did was kind of bring out stuff. I just felt certain stuff just needed to be brought out a bit more. I didn't do any crazy things, just essentially EQ and some compression, as you can see here. I will switch off this for now, and I think that is all of it. That is the switch off all the vocals and stuff and all these. So it is quite soft. I'm just gonna do this so that we can all hear what's going on, you know. I'm just going to put a utility and then gain it. I can't even spell utility. There we go. And then we will gain that about 8 decibels. So we can hear what's going on. Yeah.
Distance yourself.
so that is really cool. I just want to get to the end parts. Okay, so that is really cool. I think the only issue is that I think just the elements could be made a bit brighter. And I mean, I guess you could put a good mastering job and that would essentially bring out all the elements, because I think it's well mixed. But as you can see, I did start mixing things down here. I did start with the vocals. I'm going to actually just slap on this one because this was the main thing I did for the vocals. And then we'll mute those for now and just slap them on there for now. Or actually just group these. Group them like a good boy. And then drag them over here. And then obviously we'll keep it separate to what we're going to do to all our master buses. And then I will explain step by step exactly what I'm doing. I'm just going to add them all back. Obviously I wanted to see if this thing actually worked first and foremost. It was very important that I made sure it worked. I don't know why I did that. I could have just switched it on, eh? Yeah, so we just switched that on as well. Did we have the one for the instruments? Yes, we did. I put that on as well. This is for the bass, for the drums. Let's put that back on too. And yeah, so this is sort of what I started mixing with the stems. So I guess a lot of the problem with the fact, you know, I was just doing the busing thing, so I could have them sort of at full volume, but already, you know, there was already issues with me EQing, and then obviously there's a lot of effects and stuff going on here. Yeah, EQ8 can introduce phasing, but I mean, I guess you can just control it in a way that it's almost doesn't give away too much of the sound, especially if you're using EQ for boosting rather than subtracting. You are introducing more frequencies, and that definitely does introduce more phase. It's also like when you start doing big cuts like this, you're fundamentally changing the sound, which is always a bad idea, especially if you're trying to do mixes This is like for more clinical, I guess, sound. You would use brick walling for more sound designy type of things if you really want an alter or change of sound. I would stick to like using light EQing. I use the multipass, but this thing also with this fucking thing here definitely does add a little bit of phasing and stuff. But you know, you tether it in a way that it's kind of absent and not a problem. And obviously I just wanted to make, this is just on the vocals, I wanted to make this a bit wide. I wonder if you can see that. I'm gonna check. Can you see the effects on screen? Yeah, I wonder if you can. I wonder if you can't. Yeah. So I'll use that sort of to split stuff and then sort of widen it. But as you can hear, it's not super great on just that. So what I did is I started mixing down the vocals like this. So I got them in stems, and then so with this. So what I wanted to still do to this, what I initially started with, I think let's maybe start with the drums, because I've also stemmed out the drums. Zaiaku stemmed out the drums for me, so I wanted to actually start on the drums. So the most important part is the breaks, and those hats are also pretty loud in terms of this mix here. But I don't know, I think sometimes it just doesn't save my settings for my EQs, because what I do is I'll try to push a lot of stuff out so that I have a lot of material to work with, and then dither it down, and then just push up the sort of sum of those parts together. And yeah, because of like the sort of grungy style, I felt like with the mix down I could be a bit more harsh and a bit more brutal towards the sounds, because I mean a lot of it is also very clean. Shout out to Zaiaku for that. That's awesome of you to have them super clean and super nice, guy. Let me get my soundboard out so I can you know, shout you out there. Yeah, so I wanted to start particularly with this break here. I usually start with the drums and the bass, because I feel like if I can get them right, then I can fit the vocals and then mold. It's easy to shift everything when they're all sitting correctly towards the vocals as well. And the vocals I went in on. I was not very polite or kind to them. OTT the living crap out of them. Still shout outs to Zaiaku for sending this. Big air horn for my brother. Oh, let's play that again. I don't know why it's lagging so severely. That's crazy. That's crazy. For lagging, call the police, guys. Alright, let's get straight into it. Let us just listen to the drums, I guess. We'll just listen to the breaks here, and I will immediately start identifying what I think is the problems. So I've literally smashed them to death. What I did, because I was working with the bus, I did introduce a Valhalla with very, very short and very small reverb, so that obviously it gives more of it adds it to a room. So it sounds like it's all written onto tapes. So yeah, it just gives it a little sense of wideness or existing in the same space, because this already has its own space. But let's maybe turn this off and then just begin to work on this. We'll start with the break and then a bass, and then we'll do this and then just solo this off and then loop this bad boy. I think Zaiaku is still sleeping, but I don't know what tempo this tune is in, and I don't know what key, but I don't think the key really matters for me, because I am just mixing it. Okay, maybe let's start with the main kick and snare, because that I'm gonna need to use as a side chaining mechanism. And let's mute that, and let's put this, yeah, there we go, and then we'll put that back at 0. Let's see what I've done on this. I've just dipped that because I don't need this information in terms of my bass. Like this is, you know, everything after this is like for drum and instrumentation space. So I mean something around like maybe about 200 250 hertz, especially if it's supposed to be kind of a sub. It doesn't need to go that high, you know. See there, that's adding harmonics, which can be cool if you like push it against another bass or clip it against another bass, but I think it can really lead to problems later in your mix down. So I'm gonna start with that, and then maybe let's go with the kick and the snare. So you'll notice I have a K clip on every channel pretty much. I clip all my channels. Well, I put a clip on all my channels so that there's no way in how I will go past 0, and that it'll slap down. And if the sound is too loud or hitting too hard, the clipper will make me hear that, and then I'll be like, hey, why is that doing that funny sound? And I'll be like, oh, it's because I have a clipper on it, and because it's cuck loud, and it shouldn't be. It must be soft every. Like, chill out, you know, you're like pushing your stuff too hard. You must keep it relaxed, my butt. So already I'm just going to EQ all that low end out. I think maybe at about 50 is fine. I'm rolling it off. You see, I'm not brick walling it because I just want to soften the volume. I don't want to completely get rid of it, because then it starts sounding unnatural and tinny, and then you introduce more phasing issues. I'm not going to really do much else to it because it is the clap and stuff. If I want to bring stuff out, instead of EQing, what I'll do is saturate upwards. You can use a multiband saturation tool like Saturn, but there's one in specific I use a lot, and it is called Spectre. There's a Max for Live device, also called Spectacle, which I think is free, that does the same thing as this. It's modeled after this. We can keep it at standard, and let's make it a bit brighter. Do that. I think around 100,000 hertz, just to bring it out a little more. I think maybe before we bring that all out, I'm going to use, or if you have like the kilohertz bundle, or I guess you can get this for free as well. It comes with a free sort of bundle of kilohertz, is this multipass, where then you can just add a distortion unit to the part you want to like sort of saturate, or add like saturation to saturate the frequencies you want. I am not going to do that, however. I have the convenience of that thing, so I'm going to go with the convenience. I'm going to use this just to tighten up my frequencies instead. So that kick is boomy at around which margin? Let's find out. I cannot see, but it's fine. I just kind of want to catch the kick and then tighten it up. Yeah, we can make that a little tighter. And then, so what I'll do is put a transient shape around the sort of 600 to 300 hertz, because I like the clap itself doesn't have a very sharp transient, so I'm not going to catch it too heavily, but I'll be able to catch the kick. And the reason I'm doing that is that so we have more space with our other drums, because remember, we're still going to go into the breaks, and those breaks themselves already have like a lot of so they're very splashy and they're very big. So I'm going to also kind of do the same thing here, but I think I'm going to use a different tool with that. Obviously got to plug my homies, you know, plug the homie William Light with the ST4B. Are you still hanging out there? Hey, multipass. Yeah, that's what they say. Oh, okay, you can see the effects. No, I don't have the Fab Filter bundle. Is way too expensive. I'm not gonna pay that much money. And like, I like to stick to legit plugins, and there's a lot of free stuff that also matches out. I do have TDR Nova, which is like EQ Pro EQ3. It's also a dynamics EQ, which I'll use that sort of at the later stage, just to control and tame stuff, because you can't really do clipping with that, so it won't clip if it hits that frequency. And I think frequency clipping would sound strange, like a bit weird, you know. But yeah, I use that instead of, like, sometimes I won't really use a compressor, because a compressor gets the whole thing. With that, I can at least compress parts I want. I don't use a multiband. I'm not too smart with multiband compressors, but essentially I'm doing that with the dynamics EQ. But the dynamics EQ I always use at the later of my changes to tame things and just to sort of finally roll off the mix, and then I will clip it afterwards. My secret is the M wave shaper, though. That just makes everything crunchy for me. I just add that to everything. So before I continue on my rambles, let's see what we've got. We can definitely hold back on the high frequencies here. So these two definitely actually should just be coattailed by the transient shaper. Nice. That sounds. And then let's just put a slice EQ after that. Don't worry about what we lose, because what we lose is what we'll end up gaining later in the mix, because Zain is a wizard. Don't forget that. So since I don't know the right tempo of this track, I'm looping it like a bozo. Rip bozo, am I right? Ha 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 ha, am I right, guys? Rip bozo. If this thing will work, then my joke will be funny, but it's clearly not, so. Rip bozo. That is me, guys. I am bozo. Okay, that's where the loop ends. Cool. So let's do this then. And that should be correct. Sick. And we can do even crazier stuff. If I find that center too high pitched, I can just frequency shift it like a weirdo. Yeah, that just sounds bizarre. But just, you know, you can do it now. You can do anything. You can do anything. And we are going to use this to sidechain everything that isn't it, because we're psychopathic. But we're going to use my favorite kind of sidechaining, which is ring modulation sidechain. Thanks Aiden for that. Thanks for that plug. Thanks for putting me on, dog. Shout out to Aiden, the biggest genius of them all, I guess. Where was I? Mixing this thing. What was I gonna mix it with? First an EQ. Always gotta have an EQ. I don't know. Yeah, and then I think we will also then use a I just want to use ST4B. ST4B. And I think I might also change that multipass for an ST4B as well. I think it needs a bit of the house effect. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think that'll create too much phasing. Let's slap my favorite thing in the world to slap on is an M wave shaper. So I've been averting using compressors quite often because I find that compressors, well, from what I've learned from a tutorial from Bathymetrics, shout out Bathymetrics, use an absolute G. Is that compressors do shape your sound because of the timing thing with a compressor having, you know, a couple of seconds, like it always has seconds and a threshold on when it claps. Clippers don't like the time of a threshold, you know. If I draw a curve like this is something like what a compressor would do, is that at a certain threshold it starts clapping your sound and then essentially soft clipping. But what I'm going to do is somewhat like of a hard clip. However, it'll boost the volume tenfold and it just sounds nice. Obviously put this on here because I found if you don't put that on there, you're getting weird waveforms. But I do want to make it a little wide. I want to give it some stereo width, but I don't want to bring the whole thing to stereo width, which is... I just guess I must use the multipass in it, yeah? You got to use the multipass, Zane. That's the only inevitability. Put it before there, of course. And then we'll turn on this one and then just put a convolver on there for now. And then I want to, let's maybe just make it sort of the high frequencies above 4, and then we'll put the mix there, and then we'll load in and add chapel. That sounds great to make the tone dark. And then we will put the stereo thingy. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of widen it. That's working now. It actually is. Nice. And then we can go back to then maybe just put a house effect on this bad boy. Ooh, creating phasing issues is my passion. Got to get rid of those muddy mids, eh? How we feeling out there? How do we feel out there? Yeah, sorry, that was crazy. A little loud. Multipass. not looping correctly once again because Zain is crazy. Sorry for that loud burst. That was a foolish thing of me. I do very silly thing, but please forgive. Let's see. Next we got the hats. I'm kind of happy. So it also. That's where that ringing is. Shit, I need a stronger computer, guys. Definitely need that TDR now, so I can get rid of a lot of stuff. And let's see what's still going on the master bus. Let's maybe get Yep. Yeah, busy streaming. Enjoy your stream. Oh, weird things, man. Yeah, this thing I think is peaking way too loud, and then I might be running this into oblivion. I am indeed. Okay, let's strip that back. So this part here, this is just my drum bus. I usually try to get like a sort of girthy drum bus from obviously I got it from this thing here, and then at least when I'm mixing down stuff, I'm mixing it into what I've already got set up, so I have an idea of what it's going to sound like as sort of closer to the fuller product. And then I'll know whether I need to strip back or strip in more, or if the part, like if it's in this, you know, the original material itself, or in like a stem or something. So let's play and see what happens. What's going on? Switch that up. Nothing really appealing. Let's see what this does. It adds quite a nice crunch, but I think we can use that later. Let us sort this out at the root cause. So yeah, this is the thing that is very much, and I think it's just that reverb is quite muddy, so I'm just gonna whoop. This is the device. This is a TDR Nova from Tokyo Dawn Labs, I think it is. Tokyo Dawn something. Anyway, this is free and it performs just as good as FabFilter's Pro EQ3. Just its interface is not the prettiest looking. I wonder if you can... No. I wonder if you can change, because this is a nasty ass skin. But I mean, it does what it does, and I think it's kind of cool. So sound quite nice together. I might break that up a bit later. This should not be in breaks. Breaks should be a separate thing. Cool thing is, if I treated this like that, the other breaks probably need the same treatment. So what I can do is then group them together, because I kind of want the homogeneous thing throughout, so I don't want too much crazy weird stuff going on. So now the hats, I dread hats always. I always dread them so much. We'll start with these bad boys. I'm gonna do, I will treat them all homogeneous and EQ them together. Just make sure I get all that low end stuff completely out of the way, so that when I push it to oblivion, let's pan that left. Let's maybe put that a bit right. I'm a lunatic, I know, leave me alone. This should be a bit more right. Yes. We're being authentic, folks. We gotta do the authentic thing. I hope I'm getting it right. I hope you're okay, Tom. Thanks for joining in, Tom. Okay, let's put this maybe there. This also should maybe be a bit left. Is that a cowbell? Alright. Where would you find this bad boy? You would find him a little more right here. So yeah, I'll just keep this in the center though. And that should be our hats. And let's see what we got. We can compress hats. I think I will do that. I'm gonna use the UAD compressor because it's quite nice. I would use the analog machine, but my CPU will die. Stereo. Hey, come on now. What am I looking for, Zay? Big brain stuff. Think. Use your brain. Use your brain. Is it this stereo? Maybe it isn't. There was another stereo I wanted to use. I can't remember what it was called. But this one will do. Oh. Also, never forgetting my very important and favorite thing to do. Just put a clipper on all your shits so that you're not breaking your system. The wideness, that's nice. So, and with the brake. Guess we have to push this into oblivion then. It's not me that's talking, it's the hats. I give the hats all the fault in this one. is those fucking rides going crazy. To compression. Are you done? Drums. Oh, I was wondering why there was like this weird phasing. Turns out, it's me. Yeah, those hats are really good. They really are good. Percussion. I don't know, something's sounding weird, and I think it might just be this. Come now, play. What's going on? Oh, you're playing from the wrong spot. godforsaken multipass. That's the issue. So I think those are sounding good. I think we're it's just sort of the right amount of grits. It's not too clean, but it's also not too, I guess the idea was just to sort of liven it up and brighten it up. I don't know if he's going to be happy with this, but yeah, I hope he is. So far. And then, yeah, what did I do with the